He is hunting down his 6th title of the year. He only won his first European Tour title earlier on this season. Can he double up on the Euro Tour and produce the same levels of consistency which has seen him reach this final? He has been utterly solid throughout. He survived the scare against Jan van Veen, who missed match darts. But in the end, Bunting prevailed. Luke Woodhouse, meanwhile, has never been in a European Tour final. He's the highest ranked player in the PDC to have never won a title of any kind. How he'd love to change that here. New territory for Woody. He even produced the tournament record average earlier on in the competition. What has he got left in the tank against one of the world's best in Bunting? We're underway here in Basel. My name's Niall McCorn. Dan McCarthy's alongside me. And will Woodhouse win, or will Bunting be the champion in Basel?
Well, the odds are probably stacked in Bunting's favour. Higher tournament average, better first 9. Some plus checkouts for fun. And I'm sure as soon as the winning dart went in from Bunting, Woodhouse broke into a cold sweat, because he has got a truly rotten record against the bullet. 13 meetings, 12 losses. And the only win came way back in 2019 in their second ever game. But this is the best version of Luke Woodhouse that we've ever seen. And he's shown resilience, he's dug in. Yes, he was brilliant against Dave Chisnell, tournament record average, as you allude to. But he's come through tight games. All the way back in round 1, 6-5 against Lucas Venig, mid-90s. Survived the match dart against Ryan Searle, came through that challenge.
And he overcome one final hurdle in the form of Stephen Bunting, who's averaging 101 for the tournament. His last 3 games on the spin against Van Veen in the semi, Barney in the quarters, Ratajski in the last 16, all averages of 100 or more.
56.
If Luke Woodhouse can channel what he churned out against Chizzy, then he'll give himself a very good chance. The freakish thing was, he said to us that he didn't even feel like he played that well. He's going to have to play very well to beat this version of Stephen Bunting, who's looking to lay an early marker. And Woodhouse might have to go massive in leg 1. Not to be.
99. Stephen, you require 24. No score.
3 misses.
68.
And Luke Woodhouse, given a chance he probably didn't expect to get, and he made the most of it.
36.
He cannot.
Stephen, you require 24.
Well, Luke Woodhouse won the bullseye in the back room. He's had 6 visits to the board and has not won the leg. That does not represent a good start.
Bunting was walking, he thought that was in. It's not in.
Luke require 32.
Chances have come and gone for a breaker throw in the opening leg. Woodhouse to cling on to his throw. He gets the double 16.
Second leg, Stephen to throw first.
Wasn't expecting that from Stephen Bunting. And that's understandable, considering how good he's been all weekend. But he's been even better at this, which is starting legs with 180s. And he very nearly did it there, but for the bounce out. Unfortunate for the bullet.
Bunting wins this. He doubles up his European Tour tally for the year. Will stay at world number 4 regardless. A win for Woodhouse would take him up to world number 26. Leapfrogging Daryl Gurney, Joe Cullen, Richie Edhouse, Andrew Gilding and Riccardo Pietrezco. It would, in all likelihood, secure his spot in the Grand Slam. And he's positioned for the pre-qualified spots in Euro Tours. Looks safe anyway, but it really solidified those.
134.
We've praised Stephen Bunting for how consistent he's been, but what you've just said there about Luke Woodhouse is a real mark of his ability to constantly play well this year. And whatever happens here, it is history for Woodhouse. He would love to be a title holder in the PDC, of course he would, but this is his first European Tour final, something he's never achieved before. Progression. Knocks off the 30 to leave himself 32, Stephen Bunting.
Stephen, you require 32.
He's just been pumping out 13 darters all weekend, and there's another one.
Third leg, Luke, throw first. Yeah.
Approached that one confidently, which might be a surprise given he missed 6 in the opening leg. And that's a settler for Stephen.
180.
Our first 180 of the final comes from Luke Woodhouse. Is Bunting going to match him?
125.
These two players did face each other at the World Championship at Alexandra Palace. Was in the last 16, Stephen Bunting with a 4-0 success.
140.
But as you rightly pointed out, he has a vice-like grip over Luke Woodhouse in the head-to-heads.
58.
Not one of those proficient use of the numbers there for Woodhouse. A treble 19 would have left him a bogey number. Bunting's not on a finish.
Well, we saw that, didn't we, from Luke Woodhouse against Ryan Searle, where maybe he just took a little too long to switch down to the 19s, would have left him a better chance.
96.
And that was a squeaky one because it went to a last leg decider. Cannot afford those kind of slip-ups against Stephen Bunting when he's in this kind of mood.
140. They could have gone 107.
Understandable that mistakes like that can creep in at the end of a long weekend. Well, he can still do it. Treble 18 for Bull. It's been made difficult.
82.
Luke Woodhouse fails to take the bullseye. So,
36.
what is Stephen Bunting on again? Another 13 darter. Half a dozen for the tournament now.
Stephen Bunting. Fourth leg, Stephen to throw first. Yeah.
It's cookie cutter stuff from Stephen Bunting. It is so consistent. It's the same over and over and over.
25.
And actually, he's unlucky there that he didn't start another leg with a 180.
One.
Remember, Luke Woodhouse has had to play one more match than Stephen Bunting.
180.
It's the Bullets first max. Woodhouse has defeated Veinig, Chisnell with the tournament record average of 110 and a bit. Watimena, Searle in the last leg decider. He took out Kordecker in the semi-final. Who expected the big Norwegian to be in and amongst it in the latter stages? Not many people might have predicted Woodhouse to be there, but he is.
$111. Stephen, you've got 141.
Second crack at 141 for Bunting. Just like the first time, it won't go.
65.
Maybe to the 14s.
134, or Stephen, you require 76.
Well, it won't be a 13-darter this time from Stephen Bunting. But a 15 will have to do.
Stephen Bunting.
3 in a row for Stephen Bunting.
Yeah.
He has taken control of this final.
Perfect response to a messy opening leg.
61.
3 legs won in 41 darts. You and I did Luke Woodhouse's semi-final win against Cordecker, and even though he ultimately came through comfortably 7-3, maybe 1 or 2 signs of fatigue from both players.
120.
That's unlucky. Potentially 60 points on the floor. How costly could that bounce out be?
You're right, these weekends are about
90.
stamina as much as anything else. That's why what Bunting has been doing is so impressive across the course of the tournament.
54.
We've just been churning out the same numbers over and over again. Luke Woodhouse has never been this far. He's been to the Sunday plenty of times of European Tour events, but never to the final.
85. $59. $140.
Quality setup.
71. Leaving you require 90.
Will he get a go at double 18?
Bunting misses the ball. For a hold for Luke Woodhouse. Double 9. Gets the double 9.
Six leg, Stephen throw first. Yeah.
Ends the mini rut.
140. $93. $140.
We're talking earlier today about Stephen Bunting, after his first 3 darts, already calculating his route to an outshot. Luke Woodhouse right on his tail. This is a good leg from Bunting.
108.
It's a very good leg from Stephen Bunting. 41 left after 9 darts. It would only be a hold of throw, but Woodhouse needs a break to get back in the game.
94. Stephen, you require 41.
Double 16. Stephen Bunting is controlling this final. He's already found the break of throw that he needed at the start. He can dictate the game. Luke Woodhouse has been resilient all weekend. He's got to dig deep here.
He just keeps doing it over and over and over again. Maximums to begin legs.
96.
Can he give us another? Not had a 9-darter here in Basel this weekend. Won't, at least for now. Johnny Clayton coming the closest with a 10-darter. And speaking of 9-darters, if Stephen Bunting's going to keep holding throw in 11 darts, there's nothing more Luke Woodhouse can do other than throw a 9 to get himself back in this final. Bunting doing what he did against
58.
Christoph Ratajski in the last 16, which is just keeping himself in front, keeping Woodhouse at arm's length.
Yeah, it's rather unenviable for Luke Woodhouse.
92.
He's now chasing on his own leg.
140. Stephen, you require 170.
Give that man what he wants.
Six. Luke require 114.
Now, has anyone got 114 painted on their head? That's a challenge for you, Dutch camera crew. Find them. Luke Woodhouse finds the treble that he needed. Double top.
74. Stephen, you require 110.
This could be pivotal. Bunting takes this. It's a double break of throw. And he'd be 3 legs away from the title. 110 goes. And that could be a devastating blow for Luke Woodhouse, who missed the dart at tops for 114. Bunting, within a similar range, fires a 110. He is 3 legs in front of Woodhouse and 3 away from a second European Tour title in 2025.
140.
There's the agony on Woodhouse's face.
61.
Luke Woodhouse is averaging in the mid-90s. He's been reaching those levels for most of the Swiss Darts Trophy. Stephen Bunting is averaging above 105, and that's not uncommon for him this weekend. 101 against Van Veen, 102 against Barney, another ton plus average against Ratajski.
6.
Still needs 3 more legs.
135.
That double breaker throw, a real gut punch for Woodhouse.
$59.
Well, 142 not out of the scope for Stephen Bunting with what we've seen from him so far this weekend. But Luke Woodhouse cannot pressurise that, and he's left himself no outshot. That is a bad time to miss like that.
Real horror show from Woody. Now for treble 19. It's a great setup. It leaves tops.
And that bad visit took all the pressure away from the situation. And Bunting can relax into this tops.
Stephen, you require 40.
To go 2 away, Stephen Bunting.
Yes, on the 8 leg, Stephen Bunting.
He's frustrated with himself, Luke Woodhouse. Has he left himself too much to do here in Basel?
$58.
It's only Luke Woodhouse's second ever final in PDC darts. Played against Damon Hetter in a Pro Tour in Germany a couple of years ago. He underperformed then. He's playing okay. It's another mid-90s average. That's where Woodhouse has lived this weekend. That Chisnall performance aside.
42.
But he is starting to falter. He's starting to display negative energy, and Bunting could feed off that.
And credit to Stephen Bunting, because there was a bit of disruption with the crowd distracting him in the semi-final against Gian Van Veen, but he reset, managed to shake off those irritations and came through, just about came through against Van Veen. But he's looking comfortable, isn't he? He's looking every bit two-time European Tour champion. But it's not done yet. Woodhouse needs to find something. He needs to dig deep.
125. Stephen 121.
And what will Bunting's approach be here? Usually goes for the centre of the board. That's the danger of that route. You miss the ball all the 25 completely, and you've got to be lucky to then be on a finish.
Well, against Van Veen, we saw him go the more conventional route because he didn't feel like he was safe. The fact he's gone for the ball suggests that he doesn't fancy Luke Woodhouse for this 1-3-6, and he'd be right.
Luke Woodhouse pondering. Well, you can understand why he persisted. Straight ton would have left double 18. Any other treble, he'd have had to burn a dart to get to double.
He's
got another chance.
76.
You feel this has to go. He's looking at tops. And he does get the tops. He's still breathing, Luke Woodhouse. He's still got a lot of ground to make up. That would have been the death knell had Stephen Bunting come in and beaten him in that leg.
First leg in the match where Bunting has not had a dart at double. And he was left on double 4, and Woodhouse missed. Always there or thereabouts.
180.
Because despite that 180, Bunting's scoring has been consistently better. And more often than not, he's first to a finish.
Simply has to break Luke Woodhouse. Doesn't find the big treble. Can't follow up the 180. He's given himself a chance for the crack at this 1-2-4. But that is a punishing visit from Stephen Bunting. This is huge. And he can't finish. He's hit big 5. More frustration for Luke Woodhouse. Stephen Bunting to move within 1 of being champion in Basel.
Left leg, Luke to throw first.
Bunting on the brink.
Ten legs have been played. Bunting has hit 7 from 14 on the outer ring, and 6 of those misses were in the very first leg.
59.
Scrap that from the record books. It's a near faultless display of doubling. Not bad on the scoring either.
He's still averaging 105, Stephen Bunting. He's 50% on the doubles, like you said. We knew that Luke Woodhouse would have to play really well,
108.
and he is still scrapping. But Bunting has been superior. And that is reflected in the scoreline.
41.
There's generally been gradual improvement from Bunting as the weekend has gone on. Averaging just short of 104 at the
56.
moment. Started off at 99, it was 101, 102, 101. It's a crescendo from the bullet. Whereas Woodhouse peaked in round 2. Now, look, you're never going to hit 110 averages all the time.
97.
But as the tournaments wore on, the numbers started to drop a bit. It was an 89 average against Decker. He's picked that up a little bit against Bunting. But it's just that
58.
real power that Bunting has got, that darting stamina, because he's used to it now.
It's like we've reached the solo in a heavy metal song. It's been rocking from the start. And he just turned the volume up a little bit for this final. And Woodhouse has not been able to find his ear defenders. Can he find this 148? No, he can't. He's going to stay on the 19s to give himself the best opportunity possible. 83 for Stephen Bunting, and glory in the Swiss Darts Trophy. Double 16. Bunting rules Basel.
And the
2025 is the year of the bullet. A sixth title of the year for Stephen Bunting. He had to wait patiently for his first European Tour success. He's secured his second in Switzerland. A first European Tour final for Luke Woodhouse ends in defeat. He did claim the tournament record average, but he is unable to get past the bullet to claim his first ever PDC title, because Stephen Bunting has been a measure of consistency right throughout. And once again, he is a champion.